There we go. Now my chat's working. Cool. There we go. Now I just need to. Just gonna post it quickly in my. Oh, there we go. We got a few more. Hello. Hello. It was a whole thing trying to get everything to work on my end as well. My God. With like, whoa, no sound from Pat. Uh-oh. It might be on my side. Yeah, it would be on my side because there's why would there be no sound from Pat on mine? How about on my chat? Something about looping in the settings. My chat's saying they can't. Oh yes, now they can hear you. Cool. Oh wait, mine's still saying I can hear you, but not Pat. I can't. It's gonna be on my side, you know.
Because it says, yeah, microphone source done. My webcam is done.
God, this whole thing
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really hard. Okay, microphone, headphones here, headphones here. Why are there so many headphones? Oh, okay. They can hear you both now. Okay,
Brilliant.
cool. There we
Brilliant.
go. I'm not
Brilliant.
sure what
This
I
is what
did,
we want.
but there we go.
Cool. My chat's just saying that you're a bit quiet, but he can scream. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll just talk really loud.
Anyways, people, for those of you that are constantly referring to Joe as Pat's friend, this is Joe, aka Flackerzfotos, aka the person that did 5 music video, aka all round great guy.
Oh, cheers.
And we thought we'd go live together because why not? And it's a good opportunity to just talk to you guys about some behind the scenes stuff that happened on 5. And yeah, can we get some love hearts in the chat for Joe for the music video? There we go. We love it.
And yeah, everyone in my chat, this is Pat.
Hey guys.
Exactly the same right back. Yeah,
Exactly.
it's strange having 2 chats, one for your side and one for my side.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I quite like this though. It's quite smooth. The fact that we can hear each other. We've had a right mare setting this up, by the way, people. Like we
I
did
quite
this
like this though.
earlier, and then we said, "Oh, let's jump on 10 minutes before the stream so we can make sure everything's all right." And of course, everything was not all right. But now we're good.
No, I'm just gonna open up your live, so that I can have it in the corner, and then I'll be able to see your
Hear each
chat as
other. We've
well.
had a right mare. Such a good idea.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do the same.
there
Joe, you did really amazing job with that video. Veronica said that.
you go. Oh, thank you, Veronica.
We're
That's
gonna
very
get
kind
into
of
the
you.
nitty gritty of it all in a second. Oh
Sick.
my goodness, what a mare! Yeah. Right. Cool.
Julian chats.
Oh, there you go. I've got the chats on.
All right, I'm gonna try on
This is Streamception. I love it.
Streamception, exactly.
Right. Where do we start? First off, I think if anyone's got any questions off the bat, feel free to slap them in the chat. I've got both chats open now, so we can, go through it. But otherwise, I feel like we should just talk about how the video came about because it is pretty mad. Joe basically just was the only person mad enough to turn the video around in about a week because classic Pat does everything last minute and we needed a video. So yeah, mate, what was your first thoughts about doing it?
Well, like, oh, how did it come? I remember hearing about you first from like Connor when I think it was before I went to Canada, and he said we were gonna do a shoot or something,
Mm-hmm.
and and then after I came back from Canada, I think it was he got in contact and he was like, "Oh, how do you feel about filming a music video?" I was like, "Okay." He goes, "It's a quick turnaround. It needs to be done by the 15th." So I was like, "Cool." He's like, "Yeah, we come up in 2 days and we'll do it." So I was like, "Hmm." He goes, "No narrative." I think I think that was what was like the thing where I was like, "Okay, if there's no narrative, like like a proper story driven, like massive sort of concept to it," I was like, okay, well, I mean, we can have a shot here.
Yeah,
I
and
think, yeah.
yeah, go on.
No, I think if there's a story, then you kind of need to, I don't know, it's a bit harder, with a small turnaround, like a massive, deep sort of story, because then you've got to think of every scene and everything. But I think if we could
Hundred
just
percent.
come up with our own ideas creatively, then it just depends how well our creativeness goes together.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. I've just seen a really good question in your chat actually. Noel Niles says, "What was the longest part of making the video?" I've actually got an answer for this, and it's a bit of a rogue one. Essentially, we were gonna do this part in the music video where we were gonna slow the track down to like eight times
Yeah,
slower or something
eight
ridiculous like
times
that.
slower.
And what we were gonna do is I was gonna lip sync the song 8 times slower whilst everything was moving at normal pace. And that was an ambitious idea, anyways, let alone having to learn to lip sync the song 3 days before we were shooting the video. Not even 3 days, like 2 days. Long story short, we tried, but we ended up scrapping the whole idea because it just was not feasible. Um, and it was not, yeah, it wasn't going to work, basically, was it, Joe?
No, no, no. It was a good idea, man, but like I don't know. When we got there in the time, it was just kind of like. Also, I know we were losing daylight fast, weren't we?
Yeah, we forgot about that. We should have started shooting. I mean, it turned out a sick video, but in hindsight, we probably should have started shooting a bit earlier. But I was like,
Much.
yeah, mate, just come down for 12, forgetting that it gets dark at like flipping 3. Um, but yeah, like someone said, you can practice for next time.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. I think it turned out pretty well. Darcy says, I remember you practicing lip syncing slow. Yeah, I was doing that on a stream, wasn't I? Um, and then we didn't even put it to use. So that's for next time. But yeah, it was a pretty mad shoot all round. Like the day was crazy. You just pulled up at the train station and I said, we've potentially got someone with vintage cars, but
Yeah.
potentially not. So in case he doesn't come through, let's do something else. And then he did end up coming through and we had to push a vintage car because it wouldn't start.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
There was some real set design, real life set design going on. Um,
And the way he just sort of like he was just sitting in the car, sort of directing it where it needed to go. So there was like two cars lined up for you to be in, but he was
yeah,
like a little bit more to the oh no wait, reverse me a bit.
yeah.
And
um, what was Joe's initial reaction to meeting you? Well, that's a question for Joe. Zachary Crocker says that.
well, like I know all up on the train ride, I was just listening to Five on repeat. Like I had it on WhatsApp, and I just like opened it up and I was listening to it, and I was like thinking in my head, oh, I've got to come up with something to do. And then I started thinking, I wonder what this guy's like, because like you're showing up like somewhere, you got to film something, you don't know what he's like, but he was actually really chill. You kind of just like walked over to me like, hey man, and I just started chatting like bros, It was it
Come on,
was
mate.
it was chill from the get go. Nah,
Always. I feel that though. Always like when you meet people for the first time, especially doing like creative stuff. Do you know what I mean?
exactly,
It's like it is a weird concept to just go, oh yeah, you're just meeting a stranger and you're gonna shoot something. But you always gotta, I don't know, like when you're both creative and the idea's good, like you just kind of end up getting on in it. So
exactly. I think
yeah,
like also you're thinking it over in your head like what if nothing that I want like or I can do is gonna match that, and then you like the whole time you're like thinking that, but it was good because it kind of put me at ease, which let me, you know, sort of feel like I could do more,
yeah,
which was good to be fair, because like if I come up and then, you know, I wasn't at ease, maybe it would have turned out a bit differently. But like, no, I thought you were a chill guy straight out the gate. So
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. But yeah, I think we smashed it overall. Do you have like a favorite part of the video?
My favorite part of the video. Thinking back, I really liked the car. That's what I liked at first, was like you going along in the car. But I
Mm.
think after watching that guy Joey Sparks' reaction to it, did you
Yeah,
see that? I
yeah, I
think it
did.
is the glides actually, like the
They are
glides around
cool.
the car. Like I was watching them back. I think that's my favorite part of the video, just because it looks so cool, smooth, with you like standing there rapping over like the tune, and like the way it sort of glides in. I was like, it actually looks like really happy with those, how they turned out, stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Where did you shoot the video? Is it in Brighton or any other locations? No, we didn't actually shoot it in Brighton. We shot it in sunny Bedford. If anyone knows where Bedford is, then brownie points for you. But yeah, I got Joe to get on a very long train all the way from Brighton to Bedford, literally the opposite end of the train line. Um, but apparently it wasn't his first time, so that was crazy.
Yeah, no, it was strange. That part where the bus stop is, my uncle actually lives like down that road. So like when I was a kid, I used to hang out around those areas, and like when we were in the car and we were driving over that bridge, that's when I like suddenly realized, oh shit, I've been here before.
Yeah, it's crazy, mate. When you first told me that, I couldn't flip and believe it because literally no one ever comes to Bedford, and if they do, I feel sorry for them. So the fact that you had to be there before is pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, no, it was pretty nuts. And yeah, going back to the Joey Sparks reaction, if anyone hasn't seen that video, go watch that. It's pretty sick. How do you know him? Like, are you friends with him or what's the vibe?
So when I first, I don't know when it was like. when I was first getting on YouTube, I had this interview with this guy called Black Pegasus, and
Okay.
Black Pegasus has interviewed a friend of mine, you know, Ren,
Mhm.
and then he interviewed me for being his photographer. But Joey Sparks is Black Pegasus is I never know how you say that. Black Pegasus is videographer and like cameraman. So he does his music videos. So
Yeah.
and he edits his like videos and stuff. So he edited the interview, and then I just started hearing his name around on my YouTube. So I just got in contact, and then I realized like he just does loads of reactions, and he's a really sick guy, and he always like likes to react to anything that I make and give me pointers on how I can make it better, and just
Sick.
yeah. So we sort of formed this weird bond over like YouTube, which is
That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, he seemed like a cool guy as well. It was very nice about the song and the video. So that was yeah, it's a fucking sick video. Again, if you guys haven't seen that, go see it. Um, but of course, watch the five music video first. We're running up the views though. Like the song's actually gone crazy, bruv. Like
I've
for me
seen.
on YouTube to get 56K views that quickly, like I don't even know what it's on now, but something like that, which is crazy. Like we could be on 100K by the end of the month on the YouTube video,
That's
which
insane.
is pretty mental. Um, so yeah, big up to everyone that's been streaming the song and yeah, watching the video.
100K
Um,
is that's big numbers getting into.
yeah, 100 man. I mean, I don't think I've the only video that I've had to hit over 100K is the one. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my days, that was so scary. Literally, yeah. Literally just a wire jumped off my fucking laptop. It literally was connected by a thread and it's gone. Luckily the whole thing didn't disconnect. We're good
Oh
people.
god.
Technical difficulties, you know how it goes. We're amateur streamers out here. Um but yeah, if we get 100K, that'll be fucking amazing.
That'd
And
be
big up to
nuts.
all your people as well, man. I'm having a lot of videos from videos, messages from people from your videos going, "Oh, Flack has sent me." So it's fucking sick, man.
Yeah, no, it's a combining of communities.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Because you're doing your thing on YouTube now, mate. I see you.
Yeah.
Obviously, subscribed since you told me about it. I've been watching some of your videos, and you're outside, mate.
Cheers, bro.
I'll have to jump in a video one day. We could go into an abandoned building and play hide and seek or whatever.
Yeah, let's do it.
But yeah, any other questions about the video, guys? Let's do it. Let's get it popping. We've had some good ones for now. Um, what's everyone else's favorite part of the video? Um, if you've watched it, if you haven't watched it, go watch it and tell me. Watch it simultaneously. Um, the golfs were fire. The golfs were fire. They were really cool. It's up to 59K now. Someone said that's
59.
mental. 60K by tonight, maybe it could happen. It could happen.
Kelly's
We've got
saying new adventure here. So
love it, love it. Yes, welcome new people. I'd love to see Pat in an adventure. He seems pretty chill. Thank you, appreciate it. I definitely am chill. I don't know if that makes for a good adventurer, but you know,
definitely does.
nice. Uh, I like the end a bit where it goes all cool and that. Do you know what? That is a fucking great point. That is my favorite part, editing wise. Um, I think the my favorite part shooting wise is was at the bus stop. I don't know what it is about them shots, mate, but they just look fucking sick. Like I think it's the way that the lighting goes all gloomy and shit. That was sick.
And
And then
to think like we were almost about to just call it after the first like little bit of the bus stop bit.
yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
Do you want to know another funny story I actually have about the music video, which is pretty fitting? Um, I You know when we did the B-roll with the GoPro,
Yeah.
and we stuck the GoPro to my car, right? Thinking, oh yeah, it'll be all right. We were worried that the GoPro was going to fall off. Turns out the flipping GoPro handle thing is made out of flipping indestructible sticky stuff. Yeah. And I just cannot pull it off my car to this day. It's still on there. I still haven't taken it off.
Wait, it's still on.
It's still on there. Yeah. It's still on there.
Oh God, what you have you
I
tried
took my
getting it
car.
off?
Nah, to be honest, I've just been well lazy with it, but I know I need to put like acetone on it or something. Because it won't come off. And I had to go get my car looked at the other day because there was like an engine light. Um, and I went to the garage and he was like, "What the fuck is that?" I was like, "Mate, long story. I stuck a GoPro to the car and I can't get it off." So yeah,
Oh God.
100%. I see.
Because I remember when we got out, I was like sort of like, oh yeah, the GoPro hasn't come off. Oh, that's sick. Like pull it off, and then I went to pull it off your car, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, honestly, try a hairdryer and heat it up. Yeah, listen, that is actually what I'm gonna have to do. That is genuine. What I'm gonna have to do because that is not coming off.
And like the worst part of it all is I actually haven't used those
Yeah, I
shots.
know that's the thing. This is what I was gonna say. Like, we did not use one of them shots. Um, but fucking hell, you win some, you lose some. Ace battle scars at the end of the day. I just hope. To be fair, I should probably get it off sooner or later because I don't want any fucking dents or anything. But it's part of the adventure, as they say.
It might get more stuck as time goes on,
Yeah, I hope not.
or it
I
might
hope
do the
not.
opposite. I think it does the opposite, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
if you ever have something sticky, it just starts falling off after like a long period of time.
Big up the trackpad. Yes, Victus, my
Oh,
guy.
Vic.
Appreciate you, broski. I see you doing your thing as well, man. You're killing it.
No,
Um, oh, we've got some subscribers. Hello. Yo, we saying, G? Was there any clash of heads? What do you mean? Did me and Joe just start fighting in the middle of the
just like
shoot?
throw down, just like smash my camera off the floor. Like,
Nah, we got on pretty well, to be honest. We did quite a lot in the short space of time. We got a shitload of photos, which are sick as well, and I can't wait to show you guys. Um, Joe's a really cool photographer,
thank
especially the
you.
black and white stuff, and yeah, they're really cool. So I can't wait to.
Still need to edit those. I was planning to do it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, sick man. No
Yeah.
stress, bro. Joe is difficult to work with, says Vic.
Yeah, when me and Vic work together, there's a clashing of heads.
Oh god, I feel like we should be invited to watch the next video that you do for him and place our bets on the fight.
Yeah. Like what was it? The KSI Logan Paul fight. It would be like that, where you just get two people that have never boxed before and put them like in a room. Oh god, something's happened with my computer as well.
Oh no,
No.
you're good for
Sure.
me.
Okay, cool. It just made a sound.
Yes, Ella Breed. Hello, Zachary Crocker's back, commenting saying, "Was there any animosity at any point during the day?" Nah, there wasn't. Maybe we look like we should hate each other, but we don't. It was great. We've got a few Polish people in the chat as well. If there's any questions in Polish, don't be shy. You can comment. I'll just translate it and we'll answer in English, and then I could translate again. Um, I'm very good though. I'm very good though. Uh, but yeah, as a challenge video in the making, the boys are fighting. Yeah, nah, fighting during a video is never a good idea.
No.
Julie, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Why am I using Zachary Crocker's full name? Because it's a nice name and it rolls off the tongue. Zachary Crocker. It's great.
Zachary Crocker. Yeah, that name is cool.
It's cool, isn't it? That's
Yeah,
what I think. It sounds like crunchy. Your name sounds crunchy. Like, you know, yeah. I
crunchy
do know
name.
it's Zach. Yeah, I do know who it is. I know exactly who it is, but his username is different on YouTube, so I'm calling him Zachary Crocker. Um, yeah, what have we discussed? We've discussed our favorite shots of the video. We've discussed the day of the video. I'm just trying to think of any other cool shit that happened that day, but I feel like it was so mad and hectic that we were just jumping from location to another.
Hmm.
But how did you find the editing process? Oh, there you go. How did you find the editing process?
The editing process was like, so when I started editing it, it was a case of I put every single clip on a timeline and I just started finding like the best parts of the first bit, and then from there it's sort of like I figured it out. But it's always interesting when you edit something and the person that like you
Mm.
are a distance away, because it always feels like, when I come to you with oh, this is what I've got so far. The next time I come to you with like something, a lot will have changed because
Yeah.
you know. So it's like it's like it wasn't as hard as I thought it'd be, but I always find it interesting when the person isn't just there, because like,
Yeah.
say like when I've edited with Vic in the past or someone like that, they're usually sitting behind me.
Mhm.
So if there's something, they're like, "Oh no, don't do that." You know, it's like an instantaneous response or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I think through the whole thing, I was like kind of in the back of my head always thinking, I like this, but will Pat like this?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
But I
Yeah.
think I think you smashed it all in all. Like there was a few revisions, but that's natural because
Mm.
like you say, when people are further apart and you're sending things back and forth, there's always going to be little bits where, like, say if I was with you, even the little bits, I'd be like, yeah, just quickly switch that out. But that in
Exactly.
itself is like a whole process in it when you're kind of dealing with a distance. But I think, yeah, in the end, it fucking killed it. And there was that what 3 versions that you put together in the end
Yeah,
because
they were.
when it came to the end, a couple other people were like, "Oh, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should do this or this." But we ended up with this one because it was good.
Exactly. I think I think that'd be a cool thing in the future if you had like multiple versions of a music video that get released independently, or like, a
Mm,
special version of something that comes out. Like you
yeah,
get a director's cut of like a film, or like there's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
Zack Schneider cut of the Suicide. Was it this? The Justice League. That's it.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That sort of thing. I think that'd be quite
100%.
cool.
We should do that. Anyways, I'm sure it's our first, but definitely not the last time we're doing a music video. I'm sure of that, mate. So
Yeah,
we can have a fucking play around with that
exactly.
later at a later date. Jumping in real quick to let you. Did did Joe's butt crack show at any point during the video?
Oh god, my screen's gone black.
I can't say I saw it, but I wasn't particularly on the lookout for it.
Wait, can you guys hear me?
So yeah,
Oh, I'm coming
you're
back.
freezing just a little bit,
Yeah, my
but I can
screen's
hear
just all
you.
went black. Yeah.
Now you're good now.
What was that about the butt crack?
So did your butt crack show at any point of the video shoot? And I just said I didn't see it, but I wasn't particularly looking for it. Let's be honest. Let's put it that way.
My crack always accidentally comes out, apparently, according to everybody. I'm not sure why. It's been caught when I haven't been aware, like, multiple times. Yeah, I think it's becoming a running joke, butt cracks in
It's
anything that I have to do with for some
Should
reason.
make it your logo, mate.
Yeah, just a big fat butt crack.
Butt Crack Productions.
Butt crack productions.
That's quite good.
Crack fiend productions. Apparently, someone. Steve G.
Making cracked videos. I like it. I like it. Um, what else is everyone saying in here? Darcy's saying she's my personal billboard. You actually are. You've been promoting the video. I've been promoting everything. I respect it. Butt Flax Productions. Yes,
Butt
I
flaps.
like it. That's cold. That is cold. Have you got any other plans for some projects before the end of the year, or are you kind of winding down for the year and getting ready for next year? What's new with you, bro?
So me and Vic are currently working on a music video,
Oh yeah.
and then I'm actually filming more of those adventure things, but
Oh yeah.
like just trying to figure out how to put it together is quite challenging actually. Like I've got a vision to turn it from just just small YouTube videos to like feature films, but like independent feature films on YouTube with like a whole
Nice.
story and universe. But it's quite a big endeavor, and I've had quite like a bit going on. I'm helping. I think Mork
Yep.
color grade a video at the moment,
Sick.
and yeah, just little jobs and stuff. I think the only time I'm gonna like wind down for the holidays is like towards New Year. I might go to Thailand for like a week.
Amazing.
Yeah. What about you? What are your
Mate,
plans?
I'm actually flying to Poland next week because I'm going to do some interviews and sessions and stuff to promote this tune and a music video, of course. Um, and then after I'm back, I think yeah. As for releases, I'm gonna chill out until until next year and go bigger and better and hopefully take over the whole of the universe and Poland.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
that sounds like a good plan.
yeah. I mean, I wish I was going to Thailand. I can't lie. Where in Thailand are you going?
Phuket, I think. Yeah,
Phuket.
Phuket. Yeah,
Is that where your
just
dad is?
chill. Yeah, that's where he's like he's got a place at the moment. They just moved in, so I think it's gonna be a beach in Phuket for like a week, and then back here, back to work. I don't know
Mate,
about
that's
you, but I
fucking
always
sick.
find like if I'm not going away to do work, if I go away for more than a week, I feel just a bit like I've had my break. Now I'm kind of
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I hear that. Going to work, but traveling there, like traveling for work to another country, and that is always better. You almost feel, don't know, I feel more relaxed, if that makes
Mm.
sense, in a weird way.
I can't relax if I'm not working.
Mm.
I mean, like, does that make sense? If I'm not working, I feel like I should be. In other
Yeah,
words,
100%. That's what I get.
yeah.
Pat, where in Poland are you off to? I'm going to Warsaw, to the capital. Every every time I go, I've been like 3 times this year already. It's crazy.
So when you came over here, it was like I heard it was like 8 years ago. I think you said, wasn't it? Like 7 years ago.
It's like 16 now, mate. I came when I
16.
was 8. Yeah, when I was 8. So
Because I was listening to your music the other day, and I was watching this music video, and you said in one of the song lyrics, you're like, "Remember when I couldn't speak like the language, and now
yeah,
I'm sort of here." I think it was like White Trainers or
it
Air.
was Tisky. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
the one.
Tisky.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And then I was listening to that, and I was thinking like, so if it was like 16 years ago, so in 16 years you've gone from learning and all that to making music where it's not just like, if I write a song and it's like sort of the lyrics in it, I can make it like that, but the way that you rap and stuff, like your
mm.
lyrics actually have to have intelligence to them, like be behind just learning that. It's pretty impressive, to go from
Yeah.
like
No, it's pretty mad. Like coming here not speaking no English was fucking crazy. Like I did not actually know what was going on, mate. But funnily enough, like when I started listening to more like English music and like immersing myself in the culture, I actually learned it pretty quickly. Obviously, not to the extent that I know it now. Like I definitely had like an accent, and I was basically just a young kid that knew a few words of English. But as I spent a bit more time here, I kind of yeah got better and better, and now I'm even making music in it. So it's pretty mad. It is
That
pretty mad.
is. That's actually like crazy to think about. Like, I mean, I don't know when I listened to your music until I heard like because I listened to your other songs before I heard Five because Connor told me about you.
Hmm.
When I heard some of your other songs, I don't know. I was sort of like breezing through, so I didn't really listen to it. It was like not until the other day that I actually like listened to like everything, like properly, and sat there and was like listening to it because I was watching like your videos to see. And I know the first time I like sort of listened through, I know even I forgot what I was gonna say now when I said that other bit. What was I talking about?
Me
Oh no.
learning English.
Yeah. It's yeah, I just find it like crazy. It's just like I don't know. It takes something else to rap and like write lyrics and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
it's like an understanding and then some. Like there are about like how many people that speak the language since birth and they can't do it. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
mm.
So I wonder if like that skill is there in Polish and then it transfers over with you. So whatever language you learn, you're always gonna have that skill. You know,
Yeah,
interesting.
that's a mad like concept actually. Like I've never really thought about that, but that's a really good point. Like I don't know, I was too young in Poland. Like when I left, I was 6 and 7, so obviously I was never exploring like my songwriting abilities or any musical abilities. Because what the fuck do you know at 6? Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But that is actually a good point. I wonder if I was in Poland and I stayed there and not moved here, would I be able to do the things that I'm doing now? Do you know what I mean? It's quite an interesting thought, but it's definitely transferable. Like once I learn it in English, I can now do it in Polish as well. Obviously, which with what I'm doing on this track. But I think it's a lot. It's actually a lot harder in Polish than it is English now because I kind of find myself finding it easier to speak English than Polish.
Hmm. It's
Uh,
interesting that sort of stuff. I always find like because I can't speak any other. I can speak a tiny bit of a few other languages, but I've never like learned another language fluently. And I always wonder like how people can speak like two languages at the same time and understand it. It just always amazes me
yeah.
because I'm always like, if I think of French, I have to think, oh, this is how I say this, but it just rolls off you, you know?
Everyone says that to me as well. Like, oh, it's so mad how you can speak two languages, but I don't really think about it. But I have that same thing that you guys have for like people that speak two languages. For people that speak like more than two, do you know what I mean? That
Yeah,
is next level to me. Like two, I think most people can do, but like flipping hell, if you could speak like 3 or 4 or 5, like certain man are speaking like 6 and 7 out here, bruv, and they're like mad languages,
that's
like crazy languages.
I can't even
Um,
imagine that. Like it's crazy.
can you speak any Thai?
I can like I can say hello. I
Sweaty cut.
yeah, sweaty cup, but if you say sweaty car, you're saying it as if you were like a female. But
Oh,
if
is
you
it?
say sweaty cup, you're saying it as a male. That's about as far as I cap kun cup. That's like the
Yeah.
rest I
What's
know.
that? I know that as well. What is it?
Like thank you,
Yeah.
and then in what's it Mandarin, I can say like 我是英国人, which means
Wow.
I'm an English person. Induran, which means English and Indian person because like half. But I know that's about as
Crazy.
far. I used to be able to speak a bit more,
Mhm.
but it was never at the level where I could speak it without sitting there and thinking very hard about what it was that was told to say before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad, bro. So what was the other language? Was it Mandarin that you said it in?
Mandarin, yeah. Yeah, it was like
Flipping neck.
Singapore, they speak Mandarin. So,
Because you lived in Singapore, right?
yeah. So it was like, in Singapore, everyone speaks English, but they speak English with an accent. So it's like Singaporean
Mm-hmm.
English. So it's called Singlish, they call it. And
Really?
yeah, it sounds really, really weird. It's like I can try do it, but like it's just like
Go on.
saying, oh god, all right, walao way. It's
What
like
the fuck is
wala, hello there, brother. Oh no,
That's
that's
crazy.
Malay like style Singlish. Wait, there's like, hey man, what is that time, brother? I used to speak like that to each
Crazy.
other, me and my friends. Like, as when I had like local friends and stuff, they'd always come, or like some of my friends were half English, half Singaporean, like Malay or Chinese,
Mm-hmm.
and they'd always come and they'd always like speak to their parents like that and speak to their siblings like that. But then they
Mm-hmm.
turn around to like they called us like Angmo, so
Mm-hmm.
like white guys, and they turn around to
Yeah.
us and they just start speaking like perfect English back to us. But a lot of the locals don't. But that was like the international like sort of locals. But it's a weird
That's so
place.
crazy.
Yeah.
How long did you spend in Singapore?
Uh, about 19 years. So like
Fucking hell.
from about when I was 3 till I was uh I'm 32 now. I left when I was like 20. I left multiple times, but I left for good when I was like 25.
And you moved to sunny Brighton.
Yeah, it's very
That's
exotic.
random. That's
Yeah,
random. How have you gone from Singapore to Brighton?
I was like, so I moved back and then I went to the Uni of Brighton, but it wasn't
Okay.
the Uni of Brighton in Brighton. It was the Uni of Brighton in
Eastbourne.
Hastings. Yeah,
Oh,
oh
right.
yeah,
Okay.
Hastings. Actually, it wasn't even the Eastbourne one. That was better.
Crazy.
And then yeah, went back to Brighton because my best mate from Singapore lived here, and I like was dating a girl in Hastings, but we broke up. So I was like, "Oh, I don't want to be here anymore. So
Mm.
just left and came to Brighton, and it was a good choice.
And you've been there ever since?
Yeah, it's better than Hastings, believe it or not.
Oh, mate, I don't doubt it. I don't think there's much going on in Hastings.
Nah,
Apparently, there's some good charity shops, though. But
yeah. I think like one or two. I don't know. The town, if you walk around it on like a Sunday night past 6 p.m., it's just a ghost town. There'll be like
yeah,
one or two other people there. It's like bar Friday night where there's like one bar to go to and a Weatherspoons, like
yeah.
one club to go to and a Weatherspoons and a Yates. There's nothing, nothing else. Like that's it.
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, crazy. Shout out to KD in the chat. He said the last song was great. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. You're a geezer. Um, yeah, it sounds a lot like Bedford, mate. I can't lie. Past a certain time, it's literally desolate. Apart from on the weekends, we've got a few bars and that, but nothing really too crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. No, I
but
think it really depends on where you live, isn't it? Because like when I lived in Solihull, it was like in Birmingham, it was very much the same. Friday, Saturday night, a couple of places to go, then nothing, but the rest of the week quiet. London, Birmingham, mad. Brighton, mad. But Bedford, it's like it's a town or a city.
town, yeah, town, definitely not
Town.
a city.
Yeah.
Oyo, we've got another subscriber. Shout out to Mateus, my brother. I love it. It's great. But yeah, nah, I don't recommend anyone coming to Bedford unless you're filming a music video. Um, I'm gonna get out of there as soon as possible, and me myself, I'm gonna move to flipping Thailand or something. Um, but yeah, have we got any other last ditch questions about the music video? I think we've covered a fair bit. And yeah, but if anyone's got Can you drop your channel in the chat? My chat, my channel. I can do that. Yeah, I'm reading your chat, mate, more than mine. It's crazy. Um, literally, my channel is just Pat. Next vid in Brighton, Pat. I've actually shot a music video in Brighton. I shot a couple in Brighton actually. I spend a lot of time there. It's cool. Although I haven't been in ages, so I should go back. Um, but yeah, like I said, any other last ditch questions before we love you and leave you, as they say. Um, lol, just Pat. Yeah, literally, my channel is just Pat. Widziałem, co się dzieje na TikToku z twoją piosenką. There we go. We got a Polish one. Have you seen what's going on TikTok with your song? Yeah, it's popping off, and I'm excited. Shows in 2024? Yes, there will be shows in 2024, 100% in both the UK and in Poland, hopefully. So that's definitely in the plans. But yeah, Joe, have you got anything else to add to the discussion?
Hmm.
Do you think there's anything that we haven't covered?
I think we've covered most of it.
I agree, mate. I
Yeah.
agree. Are we celebrating Thanksgiving? Every day I give thanks. Every day is Thanksgiving.
Every single day.
Is there anything you would do differently about how you shot the video? Oh, good question.
I think
Honestly,
what do you think?
I wouldn't say so. I just wouldn't stick a GoPro in my car.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
What
think
about you, mate?
I think that's the thing with it though, is like whenever you make a music video, or like even when you're editing it, there's always something else you can do to make it better, because like otherwise you'd have a perfect video, you know what I mean? And like I don't think there's ever been such a thing. So I think like when you look back at it, as long as you're happy with it and stuff like that, I think you should be proud of it and just look forward to doing something next time, but learning from stuff the previous time. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. But nah, honestly speaking, I wouldn't. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with how it's going. And yeah, I think it's sick. I think it's bloody great.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, nah, I think we've covered everything. I'm gonna sign out in a second, people. It's been a lovely conversation with Joe about the 5 music video and about all sorts, because we ended up speaking about bloody everything, which is great. But yeah, mate, have you? I don't know. Are you staying on live or
I'm
what are
gonna
you
stay
saying?
on my live for a tiny bit and have a
Amazing.
little chat with my chat about some things in the video today and stuff like that.
Sounds
Yeah,
good, mate. Well, I've got to do a few things, so I'm gonna shoot off. But it's been an absolute pleasure.
no, it has been.
Um, and yeah, I'm gonna love everyone and leave them. Nice to meet you, everyone in Joe's chat. Shout out to everyone in my chat,
Lovely
and
to meet everyone in Pat's chat.
that's
And
it.
yeah, we'll catch up soon, Pat.
See you in a bit, bro.
Yeah, come visit down in Brighton.
I will do. Take care, man.
Take care, bro.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Hello, guys. So now it's just me. Sorry, I find it really hard to read 2 chats and have a discussion at the same time. But how is everybody? What camera did I use to film? I used a Sony A7 III. Yeah. I saw someone in the chat earlier saying that the donation link didn't work on the YouTube video. I should probably fix that at some point. But anyway, yeah. How is everybody? No more sharing of Joe. No, I'm all to yourselves. Hi. Oh, I've got a member of Pat's chat has come over. Yeah, they fixed my tooth. My tooth is all fixed. It just needs one more thing done to it, and that is they're gonna put a crown over it because it's got a root canal in it now. So yeah, apparently if I eat on this side too much, the tooth will break. But I mean, I'm getting it put on really soon, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Is everyone else? How did everyone enjoy the vlog today? I saw there was like a lot of people in there, so yeah. Has the tooth been coned yet? I don't know what that is, but what I do know was it was very nice. The receptionist actually, like, because I'm terrified, right? Because of how much it hurt last time and the time before. I was like literally petrified. So I went there and I was lying in the dental chair and I was literally like actually shaking because like the dentist had to come down and, you know, he was getting ready to shove this thing, which I feel go all the way into my tooth, and then he sort of basically he's getting rid of the I think it's like the nerve. And the moment he went in there, oh my god, I was terrified. And yeah, oh they haven't done the shaving at all to the tooth yet. So yeah, they're gonna do that on the 8th of December. But tomorrow's Thursday, which means tomorrow I've got to go to the doctor and sort out. I don't know why I'm yelling into this microphone because I think it was just his chat that couldn't hear me. I can get more comfortable now. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, tomorrow I've got my thingy at the doctor. So I've got to go to the doctor early tomorrow morning and get my assessment sorted out so I can go back to the mental health place and finally figure out what's up with the brain. You guys want me to get the robe? Alright, I'll get the robe. Oh yeah, Goran. Whoops. See if Goran's okay. I've left him out. Oh, Knox Hill. Oh shit. Hold on. I've got some interesting messages. Gonna get the robe. Yeah, no, so I got the robe. Haha. No, Goran's coming over to stay tonight, I think, because he's in Brighton. And yeah, that's all that was. I was just reading something that I sent to someone the other day, and yeah, they just got back to me. I was kind of interested to see what he thought of the music video that I shot with Pat. Yeah, so cool. And yeah, what was I gonna say? Quickly, I'm just gonna fix the link on the YouTube because someone said that was wrong, and I don't know why it would be. I just want to make sure that that is right, because I don't like it when I've got things wrong. I feel like it's like a fear of missing out.
Dressing on my piece.
What did you guys think of the entrance to the vlog? That whole like sort of movie look. Did you think it looked like a movie? Because that's kind of what I was trying to go for there, was the whole movie thing. Oh, it works. Okay. While I've got that, I'm going to quickly, because there were some people that were messaging me to tell me that it wasn't working. So let me just do this quickly, just for my peace of mind. Whenever I have something that I need to send to someone quickly, or to myself quickly, I always send a message to my dad on WhatsApp. So my dad always gets messages at random times of the night when he is asleep. What should I take over? Whenever I am trying to post a story, I know you muted, but I think we heard a bit of New Ren on the car ride over, lol. Well, then no one ever mentioned that.
Peaceful adolescent, there's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money.
Like, I think what you're hearing is the echo of my own voice underneath it. But if you do by any chance hear that, just do me a favor and just never point it out, because I don't want to get killed. You don't know what these guys might do. Well, Ren started playing songs that he hasn't released yet, so there really wasn't anything for me to put in the video sound-wise, otherwise songs that he doesn't want released. But if you want to know what happened, Ren's played some songs, and we all sat down and we had a lovely dinner together. I'm listening. We decided to get an early night, get some rest, because we were heading off to Banff tomorrow, which was going to be the first leg of this trip properly underway. Till then, we kind of just sat around. I'd gone out and done some photos. Nah, you can't. You know what you're hearing is I'm just trying to hear if I accidentally released his song. But no, what you're hearing is the volume of my voice bouncing back because I was recording it on this. So, yeah, I didn't accidentally release his music. Whoops, if I had. Sheesh, no witnesses. Okay, hold on. Whoops. I'm just going to put this in my story quickly. Sorry, guys, I don't mean to be doing this while we're live. Just, I won't remember this in 20 minutes. Isn't working. The car ride over? Well, what was on the car ride over? Let me have a quick listen. Because, like, the car ride over, from what I remember, was all music that I've heard before.
By seven whole sins for a self-made army.
So, yeah, there's 7 sins. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Ren was singing Remain's song. Cool. Yeah, well, last night I was telling, I sent I sent the video over to the start of the video over to Ren, and I sent it to Connor, and I sent it to Vic, and they were all messaging me back saying, "Oh yeah, that's sick, bro. When's it going up?" And that, and Connor was like, "Yeah, but also let me see it before you send it out, so I can make sure that everything's cool." So I sent him the parts of his that I would take out, because I'm gonna be completely honest, right? I love them, but at the end of the day, unless I'm releasing something that's not mine to release, or I'm putting out a confidential secret, or them saying something that would cause them trouble, if it's just something that looks embarrassing on their face, or them saying a bad way, well, it's tough luck. You're just going in the vlog like that. No one gets the special treatment where I'm from. Even the guy at... I'm muted. Am I? Can anyone tell me in the... Cannot hear me at all? My entire thing is, I hear you. I can hear you just fine. No, you're not muted. No, you're not muted. Okay, cool. Yeah. So what was it I was saying? Yeah. No, I don't cut anyone's bits out. Even the guy sitting in the airport at the start with his butt crack hanging out. I felt bad for him, but yeah. I wouldn't embarrass them all. I love them. I'm not gonna do anything that will cause them harm, but I'm sure as hell gonna embarrass the crap out of them if it comes to it in the video, because that's what my videos are for. It's showing you what actually happens, you know? Because I don't abide by the same rules as everyone else. I don't work for nobody. I work for me. I'm just the outside guy with the camera looking in, you know. No one signs my paychecks. Well, I mean, everyone that watches the videos and, you know, the people that pay me to do it, they sign my paychecks. But yeah, so yeah, they did it to me with power. Exactly. Yeah, they know the orchid's good and alive. I was showing my mum earlier. Hold on. Oh yeah, my mum is angry at me apparently because I told a nice story about my dad last time, but I didn't actually tell any stories about my mum on the story of Joe. So, yeah. But I was showing her the orchid. I was on a phone call with her earlier, and so yeah. That's the orchid. It's bloomed more. I watered it this morning. Yeah, exactly. Likely victim. I'm a videographer. I film real life and show it to folks. You know, I'm not Sam. I'm not a cinema photographer. I film not real life and show it to folks. Although, yeah, no, I'd never do that because all my adventures were completely real. But speaking of that, did you guys hear Pat say he wanted to get on an adventure? Because I heard him say he wants to get on an adventure. So, you know, maybe Vic can take a week off and I'll film it with Pat. Oh no, maybe all three of us can go hunting, or all 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Also, don't let anyone else name her Marceline. Do you want to name the orchid Marceline? Where did it, like, it's not a bad name, but that's gotta be one of the more, like, how did you come to that name? It sounds like Marcel and Lean. I've never heard a name of Marceline before. Yeah, so yeah, no, yes, her name is Marceline. Okay, I want to name it Hannah. Is it? I mean, I guess the name is Marceline, but Hannah is like a more regular name. M. The song by the Willow called Marceline. That's a name from Finn and Jake. Okay, I'm wrong. That is a name. I've never heard that name before in my life. That's insane. Okay, so yeah, I've got to tell a nice story about my mum, or she's gonna stay mad at me. I feel like this is gonna get me into more trouble, so I'm just gonna skip past and pretend. I love my mum to bits, but all the stories that I have from her, I don't know if they're like the reason why. What's her favorite meal? She makes lovely dal. She's a great mum. I love her, but I can't think of anything. No, it's not that I can't think of a good story about my mum. It's just I'm on the spot trying to think, and it's just I don't know. I thought of the story about my dad because I was talking about something that made me think of the story of my dad. My mum is one of the biggest characters you'll ever meet. She's like, she acts tough as crap. I remember once, what do you call it? My mum, there was a guy coming into our place, and when I was a young kid, and my mum grabbed him by the throat and pulled him out of a laundry and threw him against the wall and then kicked him up the road. She's tiny. My mum is a tiny person. She hates it when I say that. But she is tough as nails. And yeah. My dad's always been the softer one, and my mum's the one that she likes to pretend she's tough, but underneath she's really a big softie. But she'll pretend she isn't, and she'll deny that. But yeah, she's fierce. She's like tough. She was a fashion designer when she was growing up, and she still is. But she was actually working as a fashion designer. She gave it up and raised me. Yeah, and then yeah, she raised me. She struggles a lot these days. She has dystonia, and it makes you like sort of like shake a lot and like have spasms and twitches, which is like painful and annoying and stuff. But she never really, well, I mean, she would say she doesn't complain about it, but she complains about it. But she doesn't let it defeat her, is what I mean. Like, she'll never sit there and take, drugs to try and, just stop the pain and then lie there all day, pretend, like doing nothing. She gets up and she does everything. She cleans the house from top to bottom. She's crazy clean. And she what do you call it? She exercises all the time. She just keeps going and going and going and going. And yeah, she's tough as nails. Basically, she'd never let anything she doesn't let anything defeat her. And maybe that's not what do you call it? Maybe that's not right for everybody, but for her, she does what she needs to do. Yeah, exactly. She lives for the day. I feel like she's lost her self-conscious. I mean, what am I saying? She's lost her self-confidence since she got it, and I never know why. Because I always used to remember, like, when I was a kid, I'd get off the school bus, and we used to live at this place called Marasaga in Singapore, which was in Holland Village. And my mum used to wear this brown dress, and she'd always come and pick me up off the bus. And yeah, she is like, what do you call it? I know she's my mum, you know, like she's an amazing woman. And yeah, she, when I get put on the spot, I can't actually remember these like sort of stories, but they come when they naturally do. But yeah, I hope if she, I didn't know she actually watches these lives. I thought if it was live, she watches it, but I don't actually think she could find them if they weren't live when she's watching them. So that's brilliant to know that she'll know. But yeah. Oh yeah, I love her to bits. Oh, why, thank you, Emma. That's very kind. And yeah, no. I think I got very lucky in life because I got two parents that, you know, love each other and have been together for like, you know, ever. And, you know, they never split up. They've always put me first in everything, and they've always tried to give me the best life that they can, even when it's been to their own detriment. Like, I couldn't afford to send myself to rehab. My parents paid for that, and it cost them dearly. And that's like one of the reasons why I was so guilty for a long time, was that, you know, they had to do all that. But yeah, no, I'm a lucky person when it comes to them. Is, yeah, my parents would literally do anything for me. And yeah, it's nice after about 10 years after I left school. Well, it's 32 now, so more like 14 years after school, I was trying to find my way in this world, trying to find something to do. And when I was working at Weatherspoons, I thought I'd found it because I worked there for a long time, and I could see a way forward to a place where I might have a career where, you know, I could live a life where I was a bit more comfortable than just making minimum wage. But it was never what I wanted to do, and I feel proud now that when they watch these, they're watching me finally doing something that I want to do, but something that also is setting my future up. So one day, you know, maybe I'll have a kid, and that kid will be, you know, looking at me going, oh, my dad's got a cool job. I want to do what he does. Or, you know, if he doesn't want to, you know, or she, they can be like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that moron. I don't want to dress up as a crazy person and run around a forest killing imaginary creatures, and, well, not killing imaginary creatures and hunting down supernatural beings, but, you know, yeah. Anyway, so, aside from all that stuff, has everybody had a good day today? What is everybody's plans for the week? Oh, dog.cat work calls. Bye, everyone. Bye. Have a lovely time at work. See, that sounds wrong when I say that. But yeah, have fun at work, because you should have fun at work. You're 100% dad material, husband dad material, and your future family would be so lucky to have you. Yeah, no, I'd like that someday. I'd like to have like a nice, you know, a nice loving family. I'd like to have, like, if I can't, I'd like very much to have a cat, I think. You know, if it doesn't work out, then maybe a cat and a really nice house with a pool. And you know what I've discovered, actually, is I really like bath bombs. Has anyone here tried, like, bath bombs? I bought these bath bombs from Lush the other day. It was like a $5 for this bath bomb. And I was like, oh, I've got a bath finally. I'm going to try it. And oh my God, I was like lying there in this hot water with like these colors, and it was just the most relaxing thing I've ever had in my life. I was just like, all this stress gone. So I've decided now, once a month, I'm gonna go to Lush, buy a bath bomb, and treat myself to like a good night. Yeah, a good night in the bath. Tomorrow in the USA is Thanksgiving. I'll be on my own, enjoying cooking a full meal for a change. Thanksgiving. Can anyone tell me, so on Thanksgiving, is it always on the same day every year, or does it change? Because I always feel like I used to watch like American episodes and American series, and they always used to have Thanksgiving, but it would always be like a certain number of days before Christmas. I don't know if I was right with that. Yeah, no, it was the one with rose petals in, and CBD as well, which was, I don't know how that soaks in through skin, but I bet it does. Yeah, I'd love a jacuzzi bath. Oh my god. I remember me and Vic went down to the pool in Banff, and it was hot. It was this hot jacuzzi pool, and outside the pool was like -1 or something, but like it was freezing, but we were just sitting there watching like this view of these mountains that were just insane. Well, I mean, I'm giving away the next part of the vlog now, so Thanksgiving here is always the last Thursday of November. 3rd of November, 4th November, November 4th. Do they celebrate Thanksgiving in Canada then? Or is it just like I know it's an American thing. Canadians is in October. Okay, that explains so much more. Okay, because like when we were in Canada, people was talking about Thanksgiving, and there was something on the wall about Thanksgiving, and I thought, I swear I thought Thanksgiving was, okay. I hope you feel better, Em. I'm having a migraine on my vision. Oh no, that's horrible. Yeah, no, I hope you feel better. Yeah, no, Thanksgiving in October, that makes so much more sense, because when I used to watch things, it always used to seem like it was so close to Christmas, or like a month away from Christmas. But yeah. So what's the different reason for Thanksgiving in Canada? Just an excuse to eat roast cakes, pies. Yeah, that sounds like I wouldn't mind coming up with a holiday to do that. I mean, I guess in the UK that's just Christmas, really. That's the time of year where you eat roasts, loads of cakes and loads of pies. Is Christmas. So I guess you guys just kind of have two Christmas. I have to go to bed early Thanksgiving because I have a night shift. I look forward to leftovers. Oh yeah, I've heard about the next day. Well, US commemorates a specific feast which probably never happened, but it was a pilgrim feast with the Native Americans, allegedly. Huh. I think I've seen that. And there was like all these pilgrims dressed up, and they had like some of them had the white handkerchiefs over their heads, and the other guys were dressed in like leggings and the black things with those hats, and they sat down and they all ate turkey. So really it was a trick. Fair. Well, yeah, no, we don't really have Thanksgiving in the UK. I mean, I've heard like a couple people once or twice celebrate it in uni, but it wasn't really celebrating it. They just decided to have Thanksgiving dinner because on the TV it was like Thanksgiving. But I remember they have something on, is it the Super Bowl or something? Is Thanksgiving weekend or around Thanksgiving, or do they just play a lot of American football when that happens? Pretty much unsure, so I'm not a fan of Thanksgiving. Use it to really look back on the past year and reflect and give thanks to being here for another year. Okay. I guess it's not a religious holiday. It's more of a national sort of customary holiday then. So it's sort of more what you make of it as opposed to what is written down as like religious rules for having a holiday. Like Christmas is just, Christmas. In some households it's an extremely religious thing, In some countries it takes places on different days. Like in Scandinavia it's like a completely different time of the year. But in some households Christmas is less a religious thing and more just a customary thing. Yeah. This sounds like a nice holiday. I mean, really? The president pardons the turkey from getting killed. Huh. Were the turkey's in there for like criminal reasons or something? Okay, so it's originally a religious fast day for the US Puritans. Okay. I was watching these videos this morning, and they were like from, I think it was the Midwest and different places on YouTube. I went down this deep rabbit hole of when I woke up of just scrolling on my phone because I was like quite tired. And yeah, I realized, I don't know, when I was in Canada, it was really weird. When I was walking around, like, with my eyes, it looked very much like what, before I went to the US, I would expect the US to sort of look like, large, wide open roads, similar road signs, those trucks, those big fat trucks, all that sort of stuff, like the houses, nice green lawns, the shops and everything in these big retail parks. But what was I going to say? Yeah, but when I meet the people in Canada, when I met the people, it was very strange. It was like they'd speak with these accents that would sound like, obviously Canadian twang, but more Americanized, like what you'd expect from, there's loads of different accents from North America, but what you'd expect from someone from North America to more sound like definitely a Canadian accent. But the culture among them, it didn't seem that far removed from what an English person's culture would be. I don't know if this makes sense. It seemed like quite similar. But when I went to the US, it was very different. Like, it was strange. It was like, it was, the culture's different there. And the people, they're very friendly and they're very, I liked it, but it just seemed like it was a culture shock. Like, it was very different, like, all around. It's strange that. I wonder if that has anything to do with anything. Maybe it's just Calgary. Maybe if I went to the East Coast, it would be different. I don't know. But Canada seemed like if you crossed the UK with the USA. But America just seemed like, well, nothing like I've ever seen before in my life. Big. Very big. And yeah, everything was massive. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I mean. I definitely felt like it was like, yeah, it was. I think it's because they're still technically under the crown. Yeah, even that. It was like their police and the symbols on the wall and the stuff was so like the UK. It was like it would say like His Majesty's this, or like that. The US is special, and Las Vegas is a very unique experience. Yeah, Las Vegas is a very unique experience. That's what a lot of people were telling me when I went there. They were like saying Las Vegas isn't like the rest of the United States. It's very much just almost like a theme park. That's what I got when I went there. It was very much like a theme park in a way, like a gigantic resorts world. Just everywhere, light, just even the signs were bigger than the houses here. Like, it was nuts. Yeah, and it's funny, like, I don't know, I think we Americans are pretty full of ourselves. I mean, it is the greatest country on earth, right? Just kidding before you get mad. I love America, but do not think it's. I don't know. I don't think countries are better than one another. I just think different countries do different things better. And I think when you look at the world, when you decide where you live, it should have less to do with, you know, I mean, currently it has a lot to do with what passport you own and your background and stuff like that. But I think it should be more, if you want that style of life, that's where you go. I think there are people that would suit certain places and people that just suit different places. I think, yeah. Was it overwhelming at first? Yeah, it was very overwhelming. Especially, it was like hard to get around. I didn't have jet lag when I went to Las Vegas. I definitely had jet lag in Canada. I didn't have it as bad as everyone else because I slept the entire way on the plane, which is why in that vlog you didn't see me film much on the plane. Was I wanted to film like the journey and the plane getting to where it is and stuff like that. But I fell asleep almost as soon as I got on the plane. And I remember waking up at like 3 parts, and it was just people saying something quickly and walking off, and then one where people putting food down in front of me. According to Vic, I opened the table that you put your food on, and I'd fallen asleep on the table like this, just leaning forward. The US is a third world country in a Gucci belt. It's like it. LA, Vegas, and New York are their own cultures. I've heard that. I've heard the East Coast and the West Coast are like different countries. That's what my dad said. You might get a kick out of some of the small towns in the Deep South for reasons. I think, like, what I want to do is I want to travel across the US, but I don't want to do it like as in, oh, I'm going to fly in this city, I'm going to go here and see all the tourist sites. I want to get on, like, I want to drive or get in a car. I just want to drive like across, spend like a few weeks or like a couple of months just driving across and just seeing a few different places in different areas and just getting a vibe. Maybe not too long, but do like, yeah, just see a lot of different places because I found it strange as we were flying over. You see all these places from the sky and all these little communities and stuff you're flying over, but it's strange when you think down below you is these entire communities with their own lives and everything that they've lived and stuff, and you'll never know anyone down there, but you're flying over them right now. I just find it really weird. And then when you look up at a plane flying over you, what you see is, yeah. what you see as a plane. I've always wondered whether someone's looking down, wondering that exact thing. Midwest is very different from the rest as well. No, I can believe it. There's a lot of different cultures. From what I hear, like, the West Coast is very laid back, very chill. The Midwest is, I'm not really sure. And the East Coast, from what I heard, is very sort of fast-paced, moving, aggressive cities like New York and like Philadelphia and all those sorts of places. Isn't it? Chicago's in the Midwest, isn't it? It's like right up near the Great Lakes. See, I've driven across most of the US. It's a great way to see things. Nah, definitely. I think it's something that I want to do as well. Is go to what do you call it? I want to go on a proper road trip. Like in the UK, you can go on a road trip, but there's not really anywhere to go in the UK for long, because I mean, the UK, I always find this a thing. So the UK apparently is almost identical in size to Oregon in the United States, which is just one of your states. But it's thinner and longer, right? So I was reading this thing the other day where they were talking about driving differences and stuff like that, and how someone was saying, oh, it takes 45 minutes to drive down to see someone. They're far away in the UK, but 45 minutes is just how far the next house is to some people in the US. And I was like thinking about that. I think like the reason why size also seems very different in the UK for like driving and stuff is because when you're in the south of England, everything is close. Like, some reason around here and outside of Brighton, there's a lot of countryside that I don't see in a lot of the rest of England in the south that I drive through. And it's like, what do you call it? Around Brighton is a lot of wild countryside through the downs. It's like, I put it in my story the other day, I really like the countryside around here. It's very hilly. There's lots of wide open marshy sort of land. Like, it's quite wild, the Sussex countryside. But everywhere else in the UK is fields, and I always wondered, like, someone would have had to go out there and make every single field and like wall them off. Surely that field wasn't there from the beginning. But yeah, if you drive somewhere in the south, everywhere is very close together, because you got to think there's a lot of people living in a lot of small, like in not so big space. So what's happening is you can drive probably quite far if you go out to somewhere like deep into the middle of nowhere in Scotland, and you probably wouldn't see many people, and you could drive long distances between two places without seeing things. But in England, it's kind of impossible. I mean, even if you drive out into the middle of the countryside outside of Brighton, like, you're as far away as you can be from Brighton, but also far away from everywhere else, there'll still be a house in sight. Like, it's really hard to get somewhere in the UK where you can't see some sign of civilization somewhere. Yeah. I mean, for me it is. I think if you go somewhere like the Lake District, you can. If you go deep into Wales, you can definitely go to places, because I've been to places in Wales where there isn't stuff. Anyway, I don't know why I'm rabbiting on about this. I just find it interesting sometimes. But yeah, it takes me 8 minutes to get to work. I live in a very small area. Yeah, I grew up in Alabama. The next house was 15-minute walk. Compact, getting a lot of land built on. I drive an hour to work and school. Oh my god. Have you been to Australia? Yeah, I've been to Australia. Now, Australia, that is massive. And it's very, 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 like, sparsely populated, some parts of Australia. I mean, like, isn't the centre just virtually empty? I mean, I swear I read something about, like, Australia only being populated around the coasts. So, like, only around the coast and then Tasmania down below. It's a weird word. So, like, usually civilization, from what I understand, is built around water anyway. So, like, if you have water near a civilization, that's where you're going to build civilization. So, cities are mostly built around rivers and stuff like that. I'll buy a nasty crab cakes. Catch you later. Anyway. I've been rabbiting on about city planning and country planning. I'm not sure why. I get caught on like this trend of thought, and then it doesn't stop. I keep thinking deeper into it, deeper into it, deeper into it. But anyway, thank you so much, everyone, for today. It's been quite an eventful day at the end. I didn't even know I was going to put anything out today. I thought I was going to wait till tomorrow. But I've got my whole doctor's thing tomorrow. I'll be fresh for the mind for it. And yeah. Cool. So, does anyone have anything they'd like me to talk about or anything like that before I go? Any questions or anything like that? If not, I'm going to start heading off. I'm going to try and get in contact with Goran, and yeah. I will do, Sarah. Thank you very much. And thank you, everybody. I hope you all have a pleasant day tomorrow. And let's do another live. Soon. Very soon. Maybe next week. I'm going to help Vic set up one of his own solo ones really soon. But thank you, guys. And hope you all